Pt1, this is the StarCraft 2 crew, and I'm bringing you a replay that was not sent to me, but I found it on our website. It seems to be very highly liked, and it's older. I said that already, dang it. Anyway, but yeah, from the beta, I believe. And this is an older map, and it's Umpire versus, I'll just call him Russ. And so this is not on the map pool anymore, but as you can see, it's not that long. They're being quite mannered. So I think the general moving out, you can go down here, move up here, down here. But there's these rocks right here with these trees in the way, so you can't really see them. This is a very good position to guard and to attack. It's a key position. That's just a... One moment. Okay, that was nothing. Anyway, sorry about that. And then there's also over here. So this expansion is pretty easy to guard. There's this choke point right here. Also guards this expansion. Although you need to keep in mind these rocks, as I said earlier. So siege tank's right here. That's very important. So apparently Russ is from Norway. And he's just scouting out now, which is quite normal. They're both playing very standard. Umpire not walling off right here, but he's building his pylon gateway up here. Anyway, so you can see there are these two towers right here. Quite good to get. And then there's these expansions here. This could be a good fourth, or so this is obviously your natural. And this could be a third, although it's gold base. And there's a ramp right up here to this base. There's also a ramp down here. So it can be difficult to defend, but obviously it's worth the price. At the same time, if you get some guys here and maybe put some siege tanks to defend here or here, you can also lock down this base. Or if you have this base, but you want this base, you can take this, put some siege tanks here, and take down this base. Although I'm not sure if they have enough range. With both players going quite standard, I believe he's getting a refinery. That's not a reactor. He's getting a refinery. And he's choosing... Oh, he does get the cybernetics core. Yeah, he gets another gateway. So still, both playing standard. No fast expansions. Not that he's standard. So he's deciding to scout up here to make sure no proxy barracks is, I'm guessing. He's just getting a reactor for the most marines he can get. For the most... Anyway, I believe you know what I mean. So Ross just kind of getting as much scouting as he can, but doesn't want to lose this guy. He's getting a stalker. It's a good choice. I usually get a zealot first. Although he's on one gas. He could start this, but why? Why start it early when you can start it later? But yeah, it's fine. You can always not, because he needs to focus on probes. That's good. And so Russ just takes this SCV that was here and brings it down here. Yeah, pretty basic. Oh goodness, one moment. Yeah. So just look up here. He's building a robotics facility, which is a good thing to do against Terran. Oh my goodness. Let's go here. Sorry about that. Oh jeez. Oh, failure. Epic failure. Say I was here. Alright, anyway, this guy's building this guy. The robotics facility for Umpire is building an observer, because that's good. And he has a pylon down here. And Russ has a depot right here. So they've obviously both played this map before. Or at least know the general style. He has some depots back here. It's good so they don't get... I mean, War Prism can take them out. But an attack from the front won't take them out immediately, so... And he's just building marines from here. He has a starport up. I think he goes for a Raven. And then you get siege tanks with siege. Over here we have... He's not really going to build much from here. And he has a few stalkers, some zealots, and sentry. So he is getting warp gear in now. But still getting probes the whole time. So siege check is on the way along with siege tank, a marine. And he's getting some... I wouldn't suggest... Well, I guess these are almost done, so... But now he has warp gate finished, so we can just turn these all into warp gates. Anyway, so yeah, he kind of scouts out with his observer, sees what kind of has, seeing what Russ has. It's hard to not have the name thing up here. It's useful. Anyway, but yeah, he looks like he's gonna go for a hurley push. He's gonna go for a hurley push, you know. But he has not really scouted much. I guess he has in the beginning of the game. He doesn't. He saw as much as he needed to, I guess. Anyway, he should go for these rocks. There's nothing guarding them. Although Russ does see this. Does he move the? Does he move? He selected them. Does he move them? Does he? No, he doesn't. So although these stalkers back here is not so great, he should have. Well, I guess it's not bad, but it made the zealots and sentries. Yeah, like this. I suggest grabbing them all, moving them up here, then attacking. Oh yeah, but now he brings them up, sieges them, which won't actually defend it versus the stalkers from back here. He decides to back off. Did you see that? Oh yeah, he has an observer. And he's gonna run. I don't know. He's going to go over here. That's what did I jump forward? I'm sorry. I might have hit the F key. Anyway, so there's a siege tank up here. That's good placement. These are good. They're defending the rocks. Although these rocks are low. So, Russ, I believe, is just gonna. I use I believe too much. Anyway, he's gonna throw down an expansion. At the same time, Russ is gonna get one of his own. Although this is more guarded, because he can just lift it off and throw it down when it's safe to put down. Oh, I think right now would be safe. Anyway, so Umpire has this observer back here, which isn't so useful. Oh, and so Umpire is getting Psionic Storm. So obviously he has High Templar. He has the ability to make High Templar. His expansion's still on the way. These zealots are gonna probably take these towers. Russ still has this. So the whole time he's just making more marines, more siege tanks, making more ravens. Wait, I think he just started making more ravens actually. He's probably gonna start going for medevacs at some point. That would be the smart choice with the marines. Because with the size storms, they can just rip apart these marines. But if they have medevacs, they can heal them up. As pretty obvious, but still, you can forget it. When I play Terran, a lot of time I forget to get medevacs, which is really because I don't play Terran much. So it's a sign that I'm not a very good Terran player. Yeah, these are actually placed really well because you can see right past these. Although I guess it doesn't really matter so much. Well, yeah, because he has a supply depot here for vision. Oh, I'm looking here. Anyway, so yeah, he just warped in a High Templar. So, Umpire, not he. Well, Umpire may be a he, but it's more than just a he. He's an Umpire. So Ruslern and Umpire both have these bases set up. Although Umpire doesn't have anyone on his gas. He does have these two gases. He has his well saturated, I'd say. Although, yeah, Russ has just both of these saturated. So he's just coming. Oh, yeah. Dang it. Alright, so Observer's just coming in. He sees they have this. Oh, then he sees they move forward. Although these ravens are trouble because. Oh, yeah, they come over here. They see this. The marines come over. Do they take it out? Yes, they do. So you see, they're down here. The High Templar just looking at it. Wind. Hair flowing in the breeze. Ropatapa. Following. See, does this work? Okay, it doesn't work. Anyway. So Russ, he's gonna quite contain. He's still building marines. Still building siege tanks. And building medevacs. Standard play. Well, Russ is basically doing Protoss standard play, although he's getting a lot of High Templar. I don't believe he's gotten any Colossus. He doesn't have a whoa, hey, you can actually look at that. Oh dear. Anyway, he doesn't have any robotics bay. That's it. Sometimes I just forget the names of things, you know. So Umpire could be getting some Colossus, which would do very well against this big marine ball. And maybe some Immortals too, because that would take these guys down. Although I'm not sure how well they'd fare against these. So, these. Yes, these. They don't have a name. They're just these. The Marines. Anyway, so push from Umpire's coming out. These High Templar, they should be quite key if he can get the storms off. He needs to bring them. Well, yeah, he needs to get these all positioned. Zealots in front, Stalkers in the middle, High Templar in back. Although not too far back, so they can't storm in time. So, yeah, there is a lot of positioning you need to do. A lot of times, because stalkers are faster than zealots, so they go in faster. Oh, this is a lot of, well, and he storms all those marines, which is gonna take them out a lot. Although this siege tank, very good placement, gonna take out several of these High Templar. Templar just kind of standing here. He feedbacked the medevac, although it just had enough health to live, and then got one out. So that didn't go so well, but Russ did lose a lot of marines to those storms. So yeah, anyway, I'd suggest putting some more siege tanks up here, because that's a very good defensive position. Although, oh yeah, here especially, really good. If they start moving out, you just get them good. So he has a proxy pylon. Umpire has a proxy pylon here, warping in some zealots. He doesn't have that much gas. He's getting this gold expansion. Well, yeah, at the same time, Russ just playing standard, getting some marines and marauders. Although that storm did take out all those repairing SCVs, although it didn't take out either of the siege tanks. SCVs repairing siege tanks is quite a good thing to have, although you don't want to take off too many SCVs. Anyway, so yeah, Umpire warped in more stalkers down here. Gonna check down here, see how good the defense is over here. These siege tanks can still kind of guard it, like if the stalkers are over here, they spread out a lot, but they can't guard it so well. So he has to move. He moves his, Russ moves his guys over here to make sure. Oh, but at the same time, Umpire moves his guys in, but these siege tanks are here. Yeah, that's a smart move from Russ, keeping like some siege tanks and a few infantry behind. Although the Umpire does manage to snipe one of them. Well, he should be building some more. And then let's see the upgrades. See 0, 1, and that's not a good way to look at upgrades. 1, 0, 0. So Russ is just taking taking off these proxy pylons, taking out these proxy pylons. Oh, and he feeds back. I'm so bad at this. No. He feedbacks the 2 of the medevacs, neither of them die. But it is quite good, because it does lower their health, and it also makes it so they can't heal for a while. So that's good to do right before a push, or to just storm the army. Although that isn't so good, because the medevacs can always just heal them. Still. Yeah, oh, and you see Umpire trying to grab this expansion and getting the gas while still warping in. Oh, but it appears that Russ took out his gold expansion, so it's down 1 expansion. Now, these could be warping into Archons. I mean, doesn't need to be, because there are siege tanks, and those are pretty good against Archons and Marauders, too. Well, I might be wrong. Actually, I'm probably really wrong about that. But, yeah, although he needs to... Oh, I guess he's going to leave those behind, because they're too slow. But he brings these guys forward. He could have just warped them in up here, but... Although he probably did, actually. So, yeah, again, the siege tank positioning just tearing apart the army, and then the infantry comes in, cleans it up. Although I think, yeah, Umpire does manage to take out a siege tank and blinks up, although it doesn't really do any damage. Although he did right click on there. So yeah, Umpire warping in many more High Templar, although that puts him basically out of gas, so he has to warp in some zealots. So those are very good, but they have to be supported. So they can kind of draw the fire away from the High Templar and the sentries, and maybe Colossus if you have them. Does he have a robotics bay yet? He does not, although he does have these guys here. So I guess if the drop came, you could just feedback them or storm them. Either one. Dark Shrine, that is a good move. Oh my goodness, I don't know when this is gonna... Oh, well, that... Alright, sorry, I guess I took the replay too long. I'm just gonna split it up in some program. But yeah, I thought I was just gonna stop the recording, but I'll just keep it going on for parts 1 and 2, and then just split them up into 2 parts. Sounds good. So yeah, Umpire has a lot of zealots and a few High Templar force, so quite good against Marines. Although he does have many marauders here. Takes out the proxy pylon. And Russ has a pretty scary force, and these ghosts can EMP those High Templar, which make them quite useless. So they're just kind of walking over here. Well, floating over here, I guess. Those zealots are faster than them, so it's kind of, that's the trouble with High Templar. You have to make sure the rest of the army stays with them. So yeah, he just brings his